So the first thing we're going to look through is our Everything is Everything guide. At the very top, you'll see that I got some golden rules, 3 golden rules. The first one says body composition is mostly about nutrition. Okay, so number 1 reason people show up in the gym, they want to look good. Okay, I'm not going to judge that. It's reality. Okay, and they come in and they do CrossFit, the hardest workout on the planet. And they think after a really hard workout, I just earned the right to eat whatever the fuck I want. Right? It doesn't work that way. If you want to lose body fat, the rule is that you need to live at a caloric deficit. Period. Right? If you eat more calories than you're expending, you will never lose weight, no matter how hard you work. Okay? Losing body fat is way easier than gaining muscle. To lose body fat, you just need to be at a caloric deficit. You can lose body fat without working out. Working out just makes it a whole lot easier. And when you lose the body fat, it's nice to have some muscle there, right? When you're done losing body fat. But gaining muscle is not just about eating at a caloric surplus, but you also have to eat it in the right macronutrients to feed the muscle growth. So the right amount of protein, carbohydrates, and fat. And the training. Right? So gaining muscle is much harder than losing body fat. All right? But it's not just about working hard. So we have to tell people, like, we can't change the laws of physics here, right? We have to understand that. That's important. Okay? The second one, sleep and stress are important factors. So this is a big one. We see people that say, I'm working hard, I've changed my diet, and I can just, look at people and just see, like, you're overworked. You're just not sleeping enough. And sleep is where all the good things happen. I tell people, try to get a minimum of 7 hours. So when we're talking about actions that we can take to affect our goal, if you're not getting enough sleep, that should be a primary thing you should figure out. Be like, well, my job. And I'll be like, I'm not going to tell you to quit your job, but you should think about a way out. You should think about, how do I get my life so that I can at least sleep? Because you're not going to be healthy. You're not going to live long. Okay? For people that are trying to gain muscle, lose fat, when we sleep, this is when those things happen. Okay? So if you're not getting sleep, you're just not going to see the returns from your training or your nutrition that you could. Okay? So it's a super important one. The third one is that quality food choices matter for long-term health and fitness. Okay? And this is the idea that in the short term, if someone wants to lose body fat, for instance, you can do that eating junk food and supplements. And maybe that's the choice you make. That in the short term, the only thing you're concerned about is eating at a caloric deficit. And it's really bad quality. And that's your short-term goal, and that's how you approach it. That's okay. But know that over time, you have to work quality into the equation. Okay? Because your fitness will eventually deteriorate because you'll have all types of issues. Injuries, your recovery is poor. And you have to address that over time. Okay? But in the short term, some people can't address that because of where their life is now. And that's okay. Just know that that is one of the golden rules. We have a quality control guide and kind of how to approach that. But that's it. That's where we tell people to start when they're making their behavioral actions. All right? Make sure that you understand those things. From here.